Okay, dear friends and colleagues and students of Ellie Barnes Psychic, I have been requested from one of my consultants to not wear my glasses for one of my readings so that my people could see my eyes and get closer to me personally. So I already did a test case where I didn't have my glasses on and I was trying to see my Rider-Waite tarot deck. And I could see the big shapes and I could see the colors, but I had to really kind of come on it like that because I couldn't really see exactly all the things about it. So I'm going to do my best without my glasses on. Oh, I was going to move these around. So today, this same outfit, it's the same time, yes. And the things you hear in these videos are my dogs, Kingston and Little Bear, two exotic American bullies that are Snuffaluffa guy, and they wrestle and slurp through, and they were really making a lot of activity noises on the last video. So I had 4 tarot stacks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I did a health reading with 4 tarot cards off each stack. I pre-shuffled, talking to my guides and asking that people watching this video could see the answer they needed to hear about their health and their mental health. This reading is money. This reading is just straight up money. Money in the short term, money in the longer term, but definitely just what's going on in the next few months with your money. Decks, pile number 1 is the Morgan Greer deck. Pile number 2 is the Albano Rider-Waite deck. Pile number 3 is the French Marseille deck. And pile number 4 is the Paula Husson's Dame Fortune's tarot deck. Okay, so when you start, honestly, you don't know what I'm going to say yet. You choose deck 1, 2, 3, or 4 as your money reading, okay? Starting with the Morgan Greer pile number 1. Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, I can see the shapes of things, all right? And the colors are absolutely stunning. Okay, what is... Okay, I can't do it without my glasses. Okay, here's where we are. You tend to pay for things for your friends when you go out. You're loved and you have a wonderful social status, but the idea is, oh, they're doing so well, you know, they're happy, they're gregarious. Let them pick up the tab. It's okay. Try to monitor your spending on others. Not that it's bad. I love spending on others, but you know, if it's more than probably 10% of your income, it's getting out of hand. You're not at all on a budget when you need to be. You may be hamstrung by old debt, student loans, old credit cards, etc. You can't really make any financial headway until you pay that debt off. And if you're spending more money socially, going out, picking up the tab for beers and pizzas and things like that, you're definitely going in the wrong direction twice. You're not paying off debt and you're spending all your money on consumable items. In other words, not investing. You love people and you're an emotional healer, and people go to you for advice and love and care. You may be a mother figure or a father figure where you tend to really do a lot with love, giving of love, not just finances. And I love that. I mean, I'm a huge believer in compassion and love and nonviolence. And so anytime we have the opportunity to help someone, heal someone, be nice to someone, or buy them something to eat or drink, I do it. I do it. Probably why I'm not wealthier than I am. But I'm wealthy in love. I'm wealthy in love. I love a lot of people and a lot of people love me, and there's no way to buy that. So for stack number 1, I really appreciate that. But stay on a budget. That's my biggest message. You would be surprised in just like 3 or 4 months if you wrote out an actual budget of what your brackets were for spending on food and drink and going out with friends, rent, utilities, etc. You might have a tendency to buy more clothing or beauty objects and say, well, it's important for work or important for my lifestyle. I have the same clothes on. I was going to say that. I've been making videos for years now, and I have the same clothes on for the years. I'm supposed to be, you know, a public figure, witchcraft person, and have all these wonderful outfits. I just don't. I'm not interested in clothing. I have a cool group of jewelry that I like because that's a little bit more magical. I'm just not interested in clothing, so I don't spend a lot on it, but it shows. I'm shabby chic a lot too. So pile number 1, rein in your public spending, your party spending, taking care of other people that may not be pulling their weight. Make a written budget. In a few months, you will be getting ahead on your bills, your debt, substantially enough that you're going to be excited about it and you're going to be on a roll towards real financial power. And financial power is control. It doesn't matter what bracket of income you're in. Control the bracket you're in, and you will master the material world. Pile number 2. Student debt, for sure. You must have a lot of graduate school debt. You married somebody with some money, or you're in a relationship with someone with money, or you are assuming that once you find the love of your life, your money problems will go away or get better. Guess what? That partner's thinking the same thing. When I find somebody who's got a good job and their money's okay, it'll help them. So don't get wonky about that. Men and women, the tides have turned. It's not just men who have jobs and money. It's women that have jobs and money. And it really needs to be something to be discussed before serious relationship, marriage, or living together. No one ever does this. And this reading is about joint finances, absolutely. You need to show each other your spreadsheets, what money you have, what money you make, and what you spend it on, because it is an entanglement, and it's really important to see the truth of a partner's finances. And what's even more empowering is to see the truth of your own finances. I think you're smart. I think you have a good 401k or some other sort of long-term investments going on. That's great. I think you're in a good relationships, love life, friends, family, with stable people with pretty good money. You're a little bit conservative. You don't want to risk too much, like extreme stock market gambling, or maybe you don't want to do cryptocurrency. I don't either. I don't know about cryptocurrency. But I'd like to say, keep adding to the long-term investments like 401ks or pensions. They'll really pay off later. And don't expect your husband or wife to pay your bills. Pile number 2. Pile number 3 is the Marseille deck. If you chose pile number 3, this is your financial message. Sugar daddy, sugar mama. I love these readings. You really probably do have somebody very kind and very generous. It could be a parent or a spouse taking care of you, and you may come from a wealthier family with experience of more classic wealth, property owning, larger incomes, family money. That's fine. You respect it. You care for it. And I think mindset, really, what happens when you come out of poverty in childhood is you never have a feeling of satisfaction. You are tacky rich. You buy a lot of flamboyant, tacky things. You talk about your money online and make sure that other people understand you have some money. That's called nouveau riche. So don't do that. Don't talk about your money. Pay your own bills. Be kind and generous to those people that really don't have any. And get a funeral fund for yourself. You'd be the kind of person that would have a really lavish funeral, and they cost about $30,000 when it's really ornate. So go ahead and buy the policy for that so that when you pass away, your funeral is extraordinarily gorgeous. Otherwise, good investments, good wealth, long term. Pile number 3. Okay, pile number 4, the Paul Husson deck. And it is a Dame Fortune's deck. So I like the idea, too, that in every lifetime, because I certainly believe in reincarnation, it's a real crapshoot where you end up on the financial spectrum. And I like the middle of the road. I think people who come from working class families with education, who believe in some investments, property, real estate, some business, and who work hard for money, but who achieve more and more financial strength, are the most well-rounded people. When you come out of extreme wealth, you're very spoiled and elitist, and you don't have any understanding about the real world. Most people have extreme poverty and lack on the planet. And when you come out of the extreme lack and poverty, you either never rise above that because you can't visualize how to, or the culture around you has limited you, education, etc. And that's very true. And you can't, make more money. Or if you do make money, you're just the tackiest of the nouveau riche. So I like the middle road with finances. But pile number 4, what is your message? I don't read reversals. If my decks are upside down, I go ahead and switch them. Wow, you also need a really nice death policy. I got the death card in pile number 3 and pile number 4, which I think in this case is life insurance policies and funeral policies. I'm going to be buried at a green burial ground for $1,800 in a wood box. I've already paid for it and have my spot, etc. when it's time for me to go. In fact, my family has a burial mound like American Indians. So I just didn't want a $30,000 funeral. And I also wanted in my wooden box to be buried with my book of shadows and a couple of my major tools and some of my photos and my own art. And I would like to paint the inside of my wooden box later. I think I'll live to be older, but paint it with Egyptian symbols like the Book of the Dead and watch the pictures as I disintegrate into the earth. Okay, pile number 4, which, by the way, is a nice message about money. Who really has any money? Because who really has a body? No one. So get over it. You know, make some money, pay your bills, have a really nice life, work hard. Don't get obsessed with it. It's some middle importance compared to spiritual growth, by all means. I totally respect people who manage their own money, whatever level they're on, but who manage it, work, take care of themselves in a basic way. I just admire that. It's real consistency financially. All right, for pile number 4. I think you spend a lot of money on drugs and alcohol, probably marijuana and other kinds of medicines that might be, well, alcohol, yes, marijuana, other kinds of prescriptions, painkillers, opiates. I'm not saying you don't need them, but it's a lot of money. Spend a lot of money on things that aren't valuable in the future. You can't sell them later. You can't give them to an heir. In other words, they're consumables. So you're spending most of your money on food, drinks, medicine, and transitory activities. You're locked down by your financial situation. It's going to take some strong changing to get a grasp of it and really understand how it works and get in better control of it. And at this point in your life, you might be too old to get a control of it. So I don't know what my advice is. There's not really, it doesn't help you to face reality because it is pretty limiting. But you could move in with roommates. You could own less and try to be more like a monk or a shaman and live a little bit more free but not too expensive lifestyle. That's really interesting. I can't wait to hear what you guys say about these 4 money piles. And I put my own opinion in there about them. I do see money through the lives, you know, multiple lives, as what we today really consumed with the value of our money and how much money we have. And then, of course, we're completely unaware of how much we're programmed through social media and news, television, etc., about what we should look like and how we should be. And that's all very expensive. And the cost of medical care in the U.S., for instance, very high to have access to a drug dealer legally. Wow. It's a difficult system, and it's hard to get ahead and really make money, but it's possible. So hopefully this reading helped you. So give me some comments in the bottom of the video on my YouTube channel and say what pile you picked and how relevant it was for your personal life situation, okay? Without my glasses, so we can see what I really look like. Bye. Blessings.